Stay alert. The black moon's influence didn't vanish with the dawn. It ignited something deep within you, and now its effects are becoming visible. Many believe these celestial events are mere temporary displays, a brief darkness that passes, after which everything returns to its usual rhythm. But that's where the deception lies. The reality is, for those who are attuned, the black moon's work isn't complete. The black moon continues to weave its influence through you. This extends beyond mere celestial observation. It's about the transformations occurring within your physical form right now. The gateway remains unsealed, and the reverberations are just beginning to manifest. You might believe you escaped its influence, but if you've detected even the smallest change since yesterday, you're already caught in its web. And here's the fascinating part. The true impact isn't happening in the distant stars. It's about to emerge from within you. Because soon, your physical form will feel foreign to your consciousness. Welcome to this unfamiliar vessel that is now your body. This is where the black moon's influence becomes tangible. While this portal remains open, your physical form will respond in unexpected ways. You're no longer operating within the same dimension as others. You've shifted into an alternate reality. And this new reality is reconstructing your physical sensations from within. The majority around you will remain oblivious to these changes, but you're acutely aware. And this awareness makes it essential to comprehend what's currently unfolding. Without this understanding, the emerging sensations might disorient or even terrify you. Because once the black moon penetrates your physical being, everything feels altered, and your imminent experiences will make you question your present reality. Suddenly, you might find yourself in the grip of continuous sneezing fits. Not from illness or allergens, just inexplicable episodes emerging from the void. This isn't coincidental, nor is it a bodily malfunction. The black moon's purpose is to compel your system to expel what no longer serves you. Like an involuntary cleansing, these sneezing fits become your body's mechanism for releasing trapped energy. It happens swiftly, as if your inner being demands immediate release. Consider it as your physical form expelling what your consciousness couldn't process. This isn't about environmental irritants or seasonal reactions. It's about the internal pressure finally discovering its release point. Some dismiss it with laughter. Others find it frustrating. But here's the truth. When the black moon triggers these sneezing episodes, it's not about physical clearing. It's about energetic liberation. And here's the peculiar aspect. Once initiated, it rarely occurs in isolation. The sneezing manifests in sequences, as if your body persists until every fragment of stagnant energy dissipates. Your physical form instinctively recognizes what needs release, even when your mind remains uncertain. One of the most peculiar aftereffects of the black moon manifests in how it disrupts your body's inherent timing mechanisms. Without warning, hunger strikes at unusual hours, defying your regular eating patterns. You find yourself completely alert during times when sleep should naturally overtake you. Even basic bodily functions become unpredictable, as if your physical form has adopted an entirely new operational rhythm. This isn't mere happenstance. The black moon's influence extends beyond celestial disturbances, penetrating deep into your internal chronology. It dismantles your biological clock, transforming your carefully structured daily patterns into seemingly random occurrences. That explains the midnight awakenings, the unexpected waves of hunger, and the peculiar drowsiness during peak hours followed by inexplicable energy surges at night. For those who thrive on structured schedules, this disruption can be profoundly disorienting. Yet beneath this apparent disorder lies a deeper significance. Your body is deliberately breaking free from its programmed responses, signaling your consciousness that you are experiencing something extraordinary, something that transcends conventional timekeeping. As the black moon bends temporal reality, your physical form adapts accordingly. The more you acknowledge this disorientation, the more evident its purpose becomes. This isn't simply another ordinary day. It's a calculated disruption designed to elevate your awareness. Unexpectedly, you might notice your posture shifting autonomously, your shoulders drawing back as if your body is instinctively opening itself to unseen forces. Conversely, you might experience an inexplicable gravitational pull, causing your form to collapse inward. This isn't coincidental. The black moon's influence extends beyond astronomical phenomena, fundamentally recalibrating your physical structure. When such profound energetic shifts occur, your body naturally responds by adjusting its alignment, its framework, its fundamental support system. While subtle, these changes become apparent through mindful observation, revealing how your physical form is realigning itself. Some individuals experience an overwhelming urge for constant stretching, as if their vertebrae require expansion to accommodate these energetic shifts. Others might unconsciously modify their sitting position, head tilt, or leg placement. These seemingly random adjustments represent your body's intuitive rebalancing following this cosmic disturbance. Your posture becomes a physical manifestation of your internal equilibrium. The black moon has disrupted this balance, compelling your body to reconstruct its supportive framework within this altered reality. If you're experiencing unusual physical sensations, heightened, weighted, loosened, or constricted, recognize these as natural responses to adjustment. The black moon's influence intensifies during unconscious states. Indeed, when darkness falls, its power reaches its zenith. For countless individuals, last night's dreams transcended typical nocturnal visions. They manifested with an uncanny clarity, so intensely real that upon awakening, you found yourself questioning the boundary between dream and reality. And here's where the phenomenon becomes even more intriguing. These nocturnal experiences don't simply dissipate with daybreak. They cling to your physical form like unexpected cargo. You might surface from sleep feeling an inexplicable heaviness, as though the dreamscape itself has left its weight upon your chest, or find yourself unusually stiff, your body bearing evidence of battles fought in realms you can't consciously recall. Many report a peculiar dream-induced lethargy, where their physical form seems to trudge through the day, not yet fully anchored in waking reality. This is the black moon's signature, its ability to dissolve the boundaries between sleep consciousness and physical existence, drawing the depths of your subconscious into tangible manifestation. During these distinctive nights, when the veil between realms grows gossamer thin, the separation between dream imagery and physical sensation becomes increasingly permeable, allowing nocturnal experiences to seep into daylight hours. This explains why you might awaken with unexplained muscle tension, a mysterious tightness in your jaw, or the persistent sensation of existing between sleep and wakefulness. Some dreams refuse to remain confined to the realm of thought. They pursue you into physical reality. Have you become aware of the subtle electrical phenomena? Those unexpected jolts that seem to materialize from nowhere. The sharp crack when your fingers meet metal surfaces. The spark that jumps between your hand and fabric, or the way your hair appears to defy gravity, floating as if charged with invisible energy. In the wake of the black moon's passage, these electrical anomalies have increased in frequency. And they're far from random occurrences. They're physical manifestations of a more profound transformation. The black moon's influence didn't simply vanish after its zenith. It left an energetic residue, a persistent field of static that permeates both atmosphere and body. This isn't ordinary static electricity attributable to dry air or synthetic materials. It possesses a distinct quality, sharper, more intimate, more purposeful. It's as if your entire being has become magnetized, charged by an invisible but palpable force. Energy never departs silently. It announces its exit with crackling intensity. This is precisely what you're experiencing. The aftershocks of lunar power expressing themselves through your physical form. Some individuals notice unusual responses from nearby electronics, lights fluctuating, devices malfunctioning, or an inexplicable ambient hum. Others experience purely physical manifestations, static shocks that feel disproportionately intense, or an uncanny sensation of electrical current flowing beneath their skin. Consider this. Your body operates on electrical impulses. Your neural pathways fire with microscopic sparks. Your heartbeat generates electrical signals. When the black moon passes through, it doesn't merely affect your emotional or dream state. It can literally charge your entire system. That's why your touch now carries voltage, why the air feels electrically charged, why your hair responds as though attempting to communicate something profound. And here's where the phenomenon transcends into the realm of the mystical. Many individuals report that these electrical discharges feel less like random occurrences and more like deliberate communications. Each tiny shock serves as a reminder that you're intrinsically connected to the celestial event that unfolded above. Your physical form has become a living antenna, literally conducting the residual energy of that cosmic moment. The static electricity manifesting through your body signals that the atmosphere remains in a state of energetic flux. So when you experience these heightened electrical phenomena today, resist dismissing them as mere coincidence. The black moon's influence continues to course through you, its energy far from dissipated. These physical sensations serve as tangible evidence that you're still carrying the energetic signature of something vastly more expansive than your individual existence. The black moon's influence extends beyond mere physical sensations, reaching into the realm of visual perception. Perhaps you've already experienced it. Persistent afterimages that remain when you shift your gaze, or ethereal flashes of light dancing across your vision without apparent source. When you close your eyes, instead of encountering darkness, you witness abstract patterns, subtle luminescence, and morphing forms. This isn't a product of imagination, but rather a continuation of yesterday's lunar phenomenon. Light energy doesn't simply vanish, it leaves an imprint, waiting to be perceived anew. These visual anomalies aren't cause for concern. They don't indicate visual deterioration, but rather reflect altered processing. Consider your optic nerve as a conduit between visual input and neural interpretation. The black moon created a cascade effect, a form of sensory amplification that extends the duration of these visual messages. While light typically dissipates swiftly, currently it's as though reality itself is generating persistent echoes, and you're uniquely attuned to perceive them. The fascinating aspect lies in how these afterimages manifest with apparent consciousness. They emerge at specific moments, perhaps as a lingering luminescence after glancing at a light source, or as an ephemeral shimmer in your peripheral vision that vanishes upon direct observation. Some experience these phenomena even in complete darkness. Phosphenes flickering behind closed eyelids, as though your internal landscape retains the black moon's energetic imprint. Shadows transform from mere absence into evidence of recent energetic passage. This aligns perfectly with the black moon's nature. Unlike its full counterpart, it operates through attraction rather than emission. It amplifies void, darkness, and silence. Such intense energy doesn't dissipate at the stroke of midnight, but leaves an energetic charge within your nervous system, particularly affecting sensitive mechanisms like visual perception. That's why vision currently exists in layers. You're simultaneously perceiving present reality and the energetic echo of what just transpired. Remember, this state is transient. Your physical form will adjust, your visual processing will normalize, and your neural pathways will clear these residual impressions. But during this transitional phase, it serves as a potent reminder that you remain within the energetic field of something far more significant. You're witnessing tangible evidence of the transformation. This realization carries profound weight because it demonstrates that the black moon's passage wasn't merely a fleeting event. It has marked you in undeniable ways. When you notice the light's persistent presence or observe shadows that seem to move in harmony with your movements, acknowledge these signs. These aren't imperfections, but rather concrete evidence. Your physical form is communicating that the ethereal boundary remains permeable. Music, have you become aware of it yet? That unexpected temperature shift, not in your surroundings, but specifically on your skin surface. You're resting peacefully, the atmosphere is undisturbed, when suddenly an intense chill courses through your body, as though you've been instantly transported into a freezing chamber. Some individuals describe experiencing unexplained goosebumps. Others report sensing a distinct, cold linear sensation traveling down their vertebrae, reminiscent of an unseen presence tracing their spine. I refer to this phenomenon as the lunar chill, your body's natural response to the black moon's enduring influence. Energy doesn't simply flow through you without leaving its mark. While it's tempting to dismiss these cold spots as mere imagination, their frequency notably increases following powerful lunar events. The black moon functions similarly to a cosmic vacuum, creating tension and clearing energetic space. This process creates minute voids that your physical form interprets as sudden temperature decreases. These aren't illness-related chills, but rather indicators of energetic alignment. The location of these sensations holds particular significance. The spine represents one of the most commonly reported areas, which isn't coincidental. Your spine serves as your body's primary channel, connecting brain, nervous system, and movement. Essentially, your complete interface with reality. When lunar event energy interacts with your physical form, the spine responds first, functioning like a natural conductor. This explains why many experience downward traveling chills. They follow your internal energy pathways precisely. Whether you've noticed cold spots at your shoulder, chills along your arms, or the sensation of standing within a pocket of cool air, these experiences likely share the same origin. The black moon generates what could be described as residual energetic currents within the body, manifesting as localized temperature drops. Cold isn't always about heat absence. Sometimes it indicates the presence of something beyond normal sensory perception. Timing plays a crucial role. These chills typically emerge during quiet moments when your attention isn't divided. They surface while you're sitting alone, resting, or even during conversations when your mind wanders. The lunar chill seems to wait for moments of stillness to make itself known. Fascinatingly, while it manifests as a temperature decrease, it actually represents your nervous system's recalibration process. The black moon's intense energy has saturated the environment, and now your physical form is releasing this excess in palpable ways. For some individuals, it manifests as a momentary shiver that dissipates quickly. Others experience a more persistent sensation, comparable to being enveloped in an invisible cold current. Whether you describe these sensations as chills, tremors, or cold patches, their significance remains constant. You continue to exist within the black moon's energetic sphere. The dimensional gateway hasn't completely sealed, and your physical form remains acutely aware. Therefore, when an unexpected shiver courses through you, rather than dismissing it, acknowledge its true nature. You're experiencing the black moon's resonance, not in the celestial realm, but within your very being. Yawning, seemingly the most mundane bodily function, transforms into something extraordinary under the black moon's sway. Perhaps you've already observed this phenomenon. Successive waves of yawns overwhelm you despite feeling perfectly alert. Some individuals report experiencing 10, 20, or even 30 yawns within a brief period, as if their body has entered an involuntary cycle of inhalation and exhalation. Initially, this peculiarity raises questions about its cause. However, deeper examination reveals its purpose. Yawning isn't indicative of fatigue, but rather serves as a cleansing mechanism. What you're experiencing is essentially an energetic release. Following the black moon's powerful influence, the energy surges, shivers, electromagnetic disturbances, and unusual bodily sensations. Your system reaches its capacity. It requires a reset to eliminate the surplus and disperse the energetic fog. Yawning emerges as one of the body's most efficient purification methods. Each yawn functions as a miniature release of accumulated tension, a prolonged inhalation drawing in oxygen, facial muscles expanding, followed by a deep exhalation that carries away residual energy. Various spiritual practices have identified yawning as an indicator of energetic purification, perfectly aligning with the post-black moon state. Consider yawning as your nervous system's natural release valve. When overwhelmed, it initiates this clearing process. Given that the black moon acts as an energetic compression chamber, Its aftereffects are particularly intense. Once the peak subsides, an energetic counterbalance occurs. This manifests as an almost irresistible urge to yawn repeatedly. However, this process transcends mere respiratory function. Notice the accompanying sensations following these yawning sequences. Some experience tear formation, while others feel sudden tension release in their upper body. You might experience a sensation of lightness, increased tranquility, or enhanced presence. Each yawn serves not only as an oxygen exchange, but as an energetic purification channel, literally extracting negative residue. Your physical form instinctively knows when to cease resistance and initiate cleansing. This fascinating process continues to unfold. The black moon's influence extends beyond its initial occurrence. Its resonance continues, evidenced by the persistent yawning that follows. It's as though your physical form is gradually processing and releasing what it couldn't immediately handle during the event. This explains why the effects can manifest unexpectedly, whether several hours or even a full day after the lunar phenomenon. It's a delayed but necessary cleansing process. You might observe others around you yawning simultaneously, creating what appears to be a chain reaction. This synchronized response isn't merely social behavior. In the aftermath of the black moon, multiple individuals may be responding to the same energetic field simultaneously, generating waves of collective energetic release. When one person begins this clearing process, others naturally follow, until an entire space is filled with continuous yawning. So when you find yourself caught in this cycle, yawning repeatedly until it seems almost absurd, understand this. It's not fatigue you're experiencing, but rather a profound reset. The great yawn serves as your body's innate purification system. The black moon has simply activated this natural mechanism. Each yawn represents more than just an intake of oxygen. It's an opportunity to release what no longer serves your highest good. The experience can be remarkably subtle, arriving without forewarning. You might be engaged in routine activities, focused on your screen, engaged in conversation, or simply waiting, when an unusual sensation emerges. It's not quite dizziness, nor traditional lightheadedness. Instead, it feels as though your head has become partially detached, hovering slightly above your body, weightless and unanchored. Initially, you might attempt to dismiss it, adjusting your position, blinking repeatedly, taking deep breaths, yet the sensation persists. You remain present, but something feels misaligned, as if your consciousness and physical form are operating on different frequencies. While your feet maintain contact with the ground and your body feels weighted, your head seems to float like a balloon, connected to a framework that's temporarily lost its anchoring ability. This peculiar and fleeting sensation, rarely discussed yet commonly experienced, directly correlates with the black moon's subtle influence. It represents a temporary disruption in your body's relationship with balance, stillness, and gravitational force. The black moon doesn't always manifest through dramatic effects. Sometimes it gently loosens connections you weren't aware existed. That delicate thread connecting your sense of physical presence and self-awareness becomes temporarily altered. Your body acknowledges this shift without alarm. Some individuals describe it as a gentle wave behind their eyes, others as a subtle vibration at the crown of their head. You might experience it as a momentary disconnect, where your physical form remains present while your consciousness briefly steps outside its usual boundaries. While not frightening, it defies simple explanation. It's like experiencing a momentary slip through your own being. What's actually occurring is that your equilibrium, that silent, perpetual balancing act managed by your inner ear without conscious thought, is still adjusting itself following the black moon's disturbance. Imagine your body receiving a signal that briefly makes it question its relationship with gravity. Not forcefully enough to cause you to fall, but just sufficient to make you question your complete presence within your physical form. The most intriguing aspect is the timing of this floating sensation. It typically emerges during moments of stillness, not when you're busy or distracted, but in those quiet intervals when your energy subsides, your awareness turns inward, and your body finally has the opportunity to acknowledge its true experience. You might also detect a gentle tinnitus that dissipates before you can fully grasp it, a delicate pressure behind your eyes, or perhaps a brief moment where your voice seems disconnected, as if echoing back to you from a distance. These aren't malfunctions, but rather adjustments. Your system is adapting to a new form of internal gravity, continuously asking, "Where am I positioned now? What principles govern my existence today?" Since the black moon offers no definitive answers, only transformations, your body responds dynamically, attempting to adapt to an energy field that remains active beneath the surface. There's an unexpected beauty in this experience. For a brief moment, you become aware of how much your physical existence relies on invisible agreements with gravity, presence, and directional force. When these agreements undergo revision, as they did during the black moon, you experience it in ways that defy conventional explanation. If you're experiencing a floating sensation in your head today, as if it's not completely connected to your body, don't be alarmed. This isn't a breakdown or a medical crisis. It's your internal system discovering a new equilibrium in this post-black moon phase. You're not disconnected. You're simply undergoing a recalibration that began when darkness enveloped the sky. When this signal fully integrates, the floating sensation will subside. You'll settle back into yourself, more aligned than before, but forever conscious that your sense of balance transcends mere physical components. It's a response to something greater, something cosmic, and you're experiencing it now at your very core. While most people observe the sky being consumed by darkness and continue their evening routines, viewing it merely as a moonless night, a passing shadow without significance, they remained unaware of the atmospheric shift. They didn't perceive the subtle tremor in their body's natural rhythm. But you did. Perhaps not immediately. Not through glaring indicators, but somewhere in the transition from yesterday to today, your physical being softly communicated. This was extraordinary, because the black moon's influence wasn't merely transient. It wove itself delicately through your neural pathways, enveloped your respiratory rhythm, and embedded itself within the intricate workings of your bodily functions. Today's unusual sensations aren't coincidental. They're the result of your body's encounter with something that most dismissed. And this encounter's effects don't dissipate with daybreak. They persist. They transform. They reverberate. This wasn't a moon meant for visual observation. It was one that operated in darkness, quietly restructuring aspects of yourself that remain unnoticed until they begin functioning differently. The impact isn't immediate. It manifests the following day when your equilibrium shifts, when your desires transform, when your breathing becomes shallow without apparent cause, when your body's natural cadence falters, and you suddenly recognize that your interaction with the world has fundamentally changed. The black moon's significance wasn't in its visible manifestation. It lay in what remained concealed and what it reconfigured during your slumber. This isn't mere fatigue. This isn't simple mental haziness. This isn't just feeling disconnected. You're undergoing a fundamental transformation. And no, you won't find this documented in astrological charts. It will be inscribed in your muscular tissue, your dermal layers, in those unspoken physical signals your body transmits when your conscious mind is otherwise occupied. This wasn't about energetic elevation. It concerned systemic recalibration. Not symbolic interpretations, not emotional metaphysics, but tangible alterations in your physical response to existence. You won't find this mapped on any diagram. You'll discover it in your involuntary muscle movements, in your unexplained jaw tension, in your interrupted breathing patterns, in your eye movements. When familiarity suddenly feels alien, that's your confirmation. The black moon hasn't departed. It has become part of you. If you've stayed until now, I appreciate your attention. If this content resonated with you, and you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing. Your support means a lot. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts below. Until we meet again, take care and subscribe for more enlightening content.